Hi everyone. So how would you approach this problem? Well, again, you're looking for patterns. What are the patterns we can see? Well, first off, you can see that each of the four JRUs has to do the same work. Just the amount of work differs slightly, but the work itself is the same. Namely, the blue guy is going to plant flowers around the outer edge like this. And then when he gets back here, he's done. Now, the second JRU is going to do exactly the same thing, except the alley that it's traveling in is a bit smaller, and this one's smaller, and this one's smaller. So all four of these things are doing the same thing. So let's just deal with one of them, and then each of the JRUs can share the same code. Now, the first thing to think about in all of these exercises is how do you know when you're done? How do I know when, if I think of myself as the JRU, how do I know when I'm finished? Well, what is the difference between what the JRU can see over here and what the JRU can see over here? Remember, the JRU is nearsighted. It cannot see the entire board. It can only see what's ahead, to the left, and to the right. If it wants to see what's behind him, he has to turn around. I keep saying it. The JRU has to turn around and then look ahead. So we have very nearsighted JRU. So the difference between the starting position and the ending position is now I am on a flower. Over here, I'm not on a flower. So the ending position or the ending condition could be when I'm on a flower, I should stop. Now, another way to think about that is as long as I'm not on a flower, I should keep going. So that's your ending condition, as long as you're not on a flower. Now, what does keep going mean? Well, keep going means plant this edge, turn, plant this edge, turn, plant this edge, turn, and plant this edge, and turn. That's what going means. So there are two things the JRU has to do: plant an edge and turn. And you don't want to hard code it for 4 times. You want to code it in such a way that it keeps doing that until it's on a flower. Now down here, these are the suggested functions or actions or methods, whatever you want to call them. Let's call them methods. That's what JRU calls them, that you should create. So here you have a method for planting the edge. So this uses a while loop to plant flowers along one side of the alley. You should be able to figure out how long, what is the while condition for planting? Well, this guy has to keep planting until when? When is the ending condition for planting one edge? Well, it looks like he's planting as long as there's a net on the right. So you could, as long as there's a net on the right, keep planting. When it gets to here, there's no net on the right, so we know we're done with the edge. The next function is the turning. So this is going to move the JRU from one side of the alley to the next side of the alley and plant a flower in the corner. Now you don't need a while loop for that. You can just use the basic functions, hopping and turning and planting, to carry out this action. Now, this is the main function which will call these two functions. And this function is called by the JRU from the main function. Now it says plant alley edge here. I'm going to rename this. Okay, this is incorrect. I renamed these two other methods. It says here uses the plant alley edge. That's really referring to plant edge up here. And down here where it says plant alley corner, that's referring to this plant corner. So that's a typo on my part. So in your main method, each JRU will call this, and then this function will call these two functions. And that's the overall strategy or the way to think about this. Hope that helps. Okie doke. See you later. Bye.